stress enough how it is important to keep your information updated with the office. Phone number, your email address, your mailing address, emergency contact information, etc. We really need to have accurate information should the need arise to contact you. Thank you.
I'll also try to be very brief up with the treasurer's report. I'd like to give you the balances. This is year-end December 23 or January 1st, December 24, or January 24, depending on how you look at it. The operating account had 163,000 and some change in it. The reserve account, 2.6 million. The funds, 24,183. We had paid out 2250 in, we took in 2250 in donations and paid out 1982.12. 3 disbursements, one with the AED disbursement and 2 for beautification. The total interest for 2023 was 61,764.17. There are 28 CDs in 23 different financial institutions. In January, 5 will mature. In February, 4 mature, and in March, 3 mature. We will be reinvesting in it. That comes a little later with a motion. Some of that money will be put in money market funds where we can get instant access, or we'll do a very short-term CD, either 30 days or 90 days, because as Deb had mentioned, we have some pretty major expenses coming up. The electrical and the air conditioning alone is going to be a very substantial one. So that's kind of the highlights there. By the way, the treasurer's report will be posted on the website so that you're able to see that if you want to just go take a look at it. And on the 2nd of January, I posted the account balances so you can look at that report and see where every dollar is in which bank, the portfolio of the CDs. So there were, for example, 28 CDs. You can see where the 28 are, when they mature, and what the dollar amount is and what the rate and so forth, as well as the interest earned document. And you're welcome to look at them. Those were posted on the 2nd of January, and I'll try to do that going forward. 2nd of February, you'll have that next month. Thank you.
Letter received December 21st, 2023 from Shawana Tailings. Was sent on December 21st, received December 21st. Hello, Patrona. My name is Shawana Tailings. I am a resident at 14808 Brookridge Boulevard. I spoke with you this past Wednesday, 11/30, 2023, regarding reserving room E on Thursday evenings, starting February 8, 2024 to March 28, 2024, as I will be hosting a small group Bible study, Ladies with a Purpose. This group is open to ladies of all ages from Grace Well Outreach and those who do not attend church My small group will be from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. I will need the room to be set up by 5:30 p.m. as we discussed, in order for me to set up before the ladies arrive. Then transitioning into a Walkers with a Purpose group. This group is open to ladies and gentlemen, all ages. Thursday evenings, keeping the same time, starting April 4, 2024 and ongoing, as we will continue to meet on Thursday evenings for our small group fellowship. Ladies with a Purpose, February 8 to March 28, all ages. Walkers with a Purpose starting April 4 and ongoing for ladies and gentlemen, all ages. When we spoke, you had mentioned that you will need this request soon, as you will be in a meeting the first week of January 2024, concerning me be serving room E. This helps me as Pastor Debbie, who is in charge of the small groups, will be holding a meeting with Grace Well, small groups leaders, January 28, 2024. It is suggested that I make a motion to approve the request for new group, Ladies with a Purpose, reserving room E at the clubhouse from February 8, 2024 to March 28, 2024, from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. Then this group will transition to Walkers with as Purpose, meeting the same time. This group will be open to Purpose residents and outside guests.
I make a second to approve it. Any discussion? I make a second. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Aye. Unanimous pass. Is Ruth Greeny here? Oh, hi. How do you? It's Brian. Brian, okay.
That's okay. We're glad. Thank you. Okay.
And just to let everybody know who wasn't here, on December 20th, 2023, the board of directors at that meeting approved the appointment of Ms. Briney to the unit reps. So Millie is going to go ahead and swear her in tonight. Okay, Millie? Put your microphone on.
I thought I was loud enough.
No, you're right. Okay, Ruth, just raise your right hand. Do you solemnly promise and swear that you will administer the office to which you have been appointed to the best of your ability and judgment, in conformity with the governing documents of Brookridge Community Property Owners Incorporated, that you will, in all your acts, be governed by the principles of honesty, justice, and fair play, and in every manner possible endeavor to promote and safeguard the best interests of the citizens of Brookridge and the welfare of its membership? Do you swear?
I do.
You may lower your hand. By the virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I do hereby proclaim you as duly appointed, Ruth Briney, and officially installed into the office. Congratulations.
volunteering. Thank you. Do you want to go ahead? Okay. This here was for unfinished business. This is in reference to the sublease agreement with Allied Therapy LLC, which is a physical therapy group. Tonight's recommendation is to approve the sublease agreement with Allied Therapy LLC. And I make a motion to approve the sublease agreement with Allied Therapy LLC. Do I have a second? Leo?
Debbie, I think we might want to have some discussion.
We need to have, but we need to do a second and then a discussion.
Okay.
Well, we're making a motion to take it to that length. Okay. So, go ahead.
What I'd like there are several questions that have been asked by members of the community. And what I think I'd like to do is kind of answer those questions, and then other questions that you still have, we'd be happy to talk about. The term of this lease is a 6-month lease. The vision for it was to provide an opportunity for people in the neighborhood to get a physical therapy session locally without having to leave the community. You have a bad shoulder, you have a bad knee, whatever, you had a stroke. The vision was to use part of the exercise room. If one question comes up, well, how long would that is? We had set up only a 6-month lease. It has a termination without cause clause, which means if we don't like what's going on, something is wrong, they don't like the situation, with a 30-day notice, we can just separate and move on. It's going to be the vision was for it to be a shared space, where if you're a resident and you wanted to work out on one of the weight machines, one of the resistance machines, one of the bikes, then you could do that. Typically, they would have one physical therapist working with one patient for 1 hour. So if they have 2 physical therapists, there would be 4 people in the room utilizing their equipment or one of our pieces of equipment, as well as allowing for anyone from the community to go in and use those. A question that I was asked, what if there's not space for us? I don't believe that's going to be a problem, because there are number of therapists, they don't have 10 patients come in working with one therapist. It's a one-on-one situation. Typically, we have 4, 5, 6 people on any given day using that room. It was never set up to be a profit adventure. We weren't looking to make money. It was more, this is a service that we can provide for the community. For example, if you're selling your home, one of the things that you can put as amenity is there's on-site physical therapy. So it gives you that. One of the questions that also came up was, what about insurance? What about the liability? The gentleman that runs this has a $1 million policy per occurrence and a $3 million overall. And essentially, think of it this way: the minute they walk through the double doors that slide open, their insurance takes effect. The minute they leave and go out, then it's like just like with bingo. When you leave bingo, or when you come to a show, when you're out in the parking lot, you're under Brookridge's liability coverage. There was also a question, well, some of our machines, who's going to certify them? Those have to be certified by Medicaid. He sent me a sample of what a sticker looks like, so we can look at any given time on what machines they want to use. They will get those certified. That's something that they would handle. All the insurance, all the risk goes to them. We're essentially just leasing them a small portion of that room. That's kind of the highlight. So I'm sure there's other questions.
Actually, Val Stratton, did you want? Okay.
Val Stratton, Unit 3. My concern is the way that this sublease was written, because it says and the subleasee agrees to take possession of the property. And that kind of wording has me a little skeptical.
So I believe after speaking to the guy, if there's any changes that we want to put in the leasing, I don't believe that he'll have any trouble accepting those. So it might be advantageous for us to put a new sentence or paragraph. Maybe, would you like to volunteer and maybe work with somebody, put a sentence together and we'll review it with them?
Of course, but I'm not a lawyer and I
No, I
think maybe we should have.
Well, we did submit it to our
We
attorney.
did,
Yeah,
right.
Did he look at it back in
He
December?
did, and he said that we were subleasing the space, so therefore liability and all of that fell on, because he has an insurance policy, he's licensed, he's carrying a workers' comp for his folks. He also has his malpractice insurance. All we are doing is just allowing him to use a space.
And if I could, Val, when I spoke to him, typically he's gonna be doing his appointments between 10 and 2. So if a resident wanted to come, for example, at 8:39, 9:30, they would almost always have that room available. After 2 or 3 or 4, if they wanted to come, that room would almost always be empty and available as well. Their prime time to do their work is between 10 and 2.
My concern, again, is the wording of the sublease, and I don't know that you had the attorney look over this to make sure of the wording. Also, a resident's freedom of choice seems to read that they could use the room if they had their own provider. So that was another concern of mine is, are we gonna be allowed in there if we don't have our own physical therapist? So again, I think somebody with contract experience needs to look at this sublease.
Okay.
We can,
No, we're allowing them to bring in
we
outside
can,
residents.
if you have a member's comment, then that will open up that member's comments, okay? No,
But to answer that question, the vision was for it to be primarily for our residents, but if somebody from the outside wanted to come in, they would do that. And also, and that's a question that I asked him, well, what if the guy lives in Hudson, is he really gonna drive all the way over here to do that? And he said, no, probably not. Unless they live really close to us, he didn't expect many outside patients.
Mr. Fryman, you had submitted a question regarding this.
Jim?
Thank you for allowing me to speak. Having a career of 40 years plus with a license, having been licensed in physical therapy, for me, this is a very bad idea.
Name and unit number.
Thomas Fryman, Unit 2. If a patient cannot get out of their home to go to therapy, they get home health therapy. There are plenty of outpatient clinics in the area the patients can go to. There would be skilled level orthopedic type therapists and not home health therapists. It's a whole different level of care. This is a staffing company that does for home health. As being a regional manager, it's a bad idea. Please table it. Thank you.
Okay, with that said, I make a motion to table this. Okay, all in favor? Aye.
I do want to answer a question. Sandy Hoos Unit 3, we're a nonprofit. How can we have a business making money? The whole goal for this, and since we tabled it, it may not be a valid point, but it was not to make money. The small amount that we're getting is peanuts. It's a tiny amount. was never a profit-making adventure. It was to provide that service to the members of the community. And just as a clarification, we are not a nonprofit or a not-for-profit, and there's a vast difference. I'd recommend you hop onto Google and look at the difference. It covers it really pretty clearly. Say that again.
When it comes to members' comments, then you can get up and state your comment. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, I have an agenda topic item. It is to request, I'm making a motion to request an approval to renew 4 CDs and 1 CDR that are expiring in January, 3 CDs that are expiring in February, and 3 more that are expiring in March. With the rules that we have that are in place under the bylaws, I do need a simple majority from the board, and I'd like to ask for a second and then have a vote on that.
I second.
All in favor? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. As I said, we won't necessarily put these into a CD that are long-term because of those major expenses that are coming. But just so you have a feel for what it is, in January, the 5 CDs and CDRs are over half a million. In February, they were over $250,000, and in March, it's 174,000. So pretty sizable dollar amounts.
Are you still seeing the interest rates that we've been enjoying so far?
The last one I did was 4.75.
Okay.
They have come down from over 5%, but we're still getting a pretty reasonable rate. Just as a side note, in January, we're 10 days in, we are over 10,000 in interest just in January. So we went 61,000 last year. The coming year will probably be 80, 90,000. So, and all that money goes into reserve, and that's what we use to fix the air conditioners, to fix the pool, to fix the
Electrical.
roads, electrical, absolutely. All right, thank you.
I find this amazing. And what, considering we never had this kind of income in the past. And we have to embrace what's going on. It's beautiful. With blood.
The next item that we had on the agenda was in regards to speeding violations. We are actually going to table this item. We would like to have further discussion among the board. We also want to incorporate AVRC code, traffic safety, crime watch, all of them into our discussion. And then also we think it would be a good discussion to have at a town hall meeting to get everybody's ideas, inputs, and your opinions. But we do have a problem and we need to address it. And so I make a motion to table the speeding and the violations. Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. The last thing that we have is, I'm actually gonna make a motion to, if it's okay with everybody here, make a motion to table this. This has to do with the radar, the radar gun that we use, which is actually a laser gun, which is actually Article 9, not 10. But we have updated rules and regulations in which Rules and Regulations Committee worked for over 15 months on this. We are still going through them. We have some questions for them. Me and George is gonna meet with some people of that committee and kind of see where we are and have a discussion, a roundtable discussion, and get some things situated so that we can come back to you with some solid answers on this. But basically, the old wording was a radar gun back in the day. Now they're laser guns. And we were just going to go ahead and update the wording, but it has been updated in the new rules, and that's what we're gonna be looking at and then presenting them to you in a group situation so that we can have discussions freely and openly on what you all think about it. So I just make a motion to table this. Do I have a second? All in favor? Aye. Leo, did you have something you wanted to read?
Yes,
Okay, go ahead.
okay. A meeting, well, tonight's meeting of January 10th, 2024. At a recent meeting with the Beautification Committee, I attended as a board member, made me realize what the group does for our community, for helping individuals qualify for election as individuals of the membership board. This is a community that helps each other make Brookridge a great and enviable community. Behind the scenes, they help make things happen. The meeting I attended shows their unending effort to help us all, help everyone, given necessary restrictions to protect us all. What is impressive is it is not part of their function. They just want to be part of the solution. It is easy to plant a few flowers or tree seedlings. The effort of this group needs a few kudos beyond their expectations. Interested in being part of the board? Strange but true, Beautification Committee can help you get there. I watched them work around legal restrictions, helping our community.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, that was very nice. Is that? We'll open up the floor for member comments. Okay, and also I just want to mention this lady's name because Sharon Peterson, if you wanted to make your way up here, we'll take the YouTube and then we'll have your comment, your question, comment, okay?
There was a YouTube question from Sandy Goose Unit 3. Is anyone in the business, and I'm assuming the business she was talking about was the physical therapy, related to anyone in the community or live in the community? No, I don't believe there's any relationship with the physical therapy folks with anybody who lives in the neighborhood as far as the family relationship, and they do not live in the neighborhood, they live in the Spring Hill area.
No, I'm not related. Okay. Ms. Peterson?
Yes. Did you want to read my question?
If you, you're Sharon Peterson, 14565 Rialto Ave, unit number 4, correct? Okay, your comment is cars on grass. Can we put a sign on the grass, no parking, so people are aware? Did you wanna?
Yes, like when
when you're entering, and you say keep off the grass, no parking, if we could have that sign on there, because I have a lot of visiting nurses in here, and I've got documentation that I got a ticket because a visiting nurse didn't know, never been here before, and parked on my grass. So if people from the outside that come in don't know that, that's something I thought maybe we could talk about, get that done. Or how do we notify them? I know there used to be a warning, they used to put a warning on their car or something. Now it's like, now we just get a ticket. So what's the best way to resolve that? Put a warning ticket on there?
Change the rule.
And it wasn't my car, it was a visiting nurse.
Actually, ma'am, we have, our superintendent of code enforcement here. He might be able to.
What we do at code enforcement, if it is a visiting nurse or something like that, we would waive that ticket. I'll tell everybody here now. To put another sign coming in might not really be visible once, but may not be seen either. We got a lot of signs in here we're gonna take a look at. But if you get that, please contact the office. I think I got that on my desk. I'll check it in the morning though. Well, can we do it right now? No. I'll check it in the morning for you. You're welcome.
Did you want this? Is it, ma'am?
Ma'am.
Ma'am, is it okay if I give this to him so he can?
You can look it up and delete it.
We'll open up the floor for member comments. If you do have a comment, if we could keep it condensed so that we can break and we can set up for meet the candidate night, that would greatly help us. And by the way, if you are enjoying the donuts out there, they are brought to us by Tara McCarthy. She is a nurse rehab liaison, and she has a lot of patients in here in Brookridge. So we thank her very much for coming here and bringing some information, and also all the great donuts that Lucy is enjoying back there. Thank you, Lucy. Okay, thanks. Okay. Okay, Leo.
Okay. I'll try not to get emotional again. We are a great, enviable community. That is true only because we have a great, caring community like you. Please keep helping us. There are some that just live here and others that really care and look for opportunities to help and be of help. Some people might find the process tedious. I find our procedures to be envied by other communities. Let us keep trying to help all of Brookridge.
Thank you, Leo. That is very, very nice, and it shows your passion for Brookridge, and that was very, very nice. Dick, did you have something?
Debbie gave me 3.5 minutes, so I'll do it to meet the candidates. First of all, this is my first month. I thank you guys for having me here. I thank the board, Arlene. Arlene and I have discussed a lot of things, and we're making a lot of nice changes. I can't thank Harry enough. I don't know if Harry's in the crowd, but if he is, Harry's one hell of a trainer. I just hope I can live up to his code enforcement ability. An explanation on the incident at the gate. I was asked to speak. Everybody's heard about the incident at the gate. I saw it on social media before it happened. That was remarkable. Tony was the guard. He did a hell of a job in keeping all of your cars safe and us safe. The guard at the gate did nothing wrong. He made one mistake and won't even go there. But at 3 o'clock in the morning or 3:30 in the morning, when a tow truck unmarked wanted to go to a resident, had an address, no name, nothing else, our guard said, "I'm sorry, but you can't go. Please back up, get a resident name so I can do it properly." He said no. It went on from there. That's all I'll say. The guard did not allow an unmarked tow truck, a repo, stealing vehicles, whatever it is, to get into your community. So he did a pretty good job. Made one mistake. He has procedures. We did talk to Tony. I talked to Tony, and he has procedures moving forward. So be thankful that we have some guards out there that are doing the job. I want to mention, thank you. He needs that. Jim thought I might also mention, when you see a vehicle outside of Brookridge, we're not using it for personal use. I did take it, Harry and I took the vehicle to go to Pritchett to pick up some shirts for Arlene. We were on duty, we took the vehicle, we got the box of shirts. We get oil changes, oil filters, tires changed. We also patrol outside the gate, outside of the community. We have to go up Sunshine Grove Road, down Grove Road. It's a couple miles. We have 36 miles of road inside of Brookridge. Add that, we've got some miles. So when you see the guy or the gal sitting in top line with a uniform on like I got, we're not goofing off. We're waiting to get the oil changed, and we're trying to do, we call ahead. We try to get in, let's say at 3 o'clock, and see if they can get us in, get us out, and we're probably working on our cell phone. So we're not goofing off and your truck is not being misused. Arlene was nice enough to have call in Greg Smith. He's the computer guy and the gate person. That wasn't funny. Greg came in and we've got a lot of work to do. And Arlene kind of gave him, if I can speak for Arlene a little bit, she hopes to hear tomorrow or Friday of a real good update. Because we all know that Vivian's in trouble, I'm in trouble with the gates. Tomorrow he's gonna bring in the outbound gate. That should be a round of applause. The last time he brought in the outbound gate, it was not his fault. They installed it and Harry and I watched it for 20 minutes. It worked perfect. I didn't like the seconds on it, but it worked perfect. The next morning, the box, the brand new box, literally blew up. Vince came down and looked at it, Harry looked at it, I looked at it, other people looked at it. It was under warranty, but he couldn't just say, I need a new box, ship it today. It took a couple of weeks to get the warranty established, or whatever you want to call it, to get the new box. We hope to have that new box in tomorrow. So that gate will be working. He's also going to look at the walk-in gate. He's going to look at some computers inside the guardhouse, which we've been without. And remember, everybody, when I took this job, they said a lot of things were broken. Maybe the things were broken, maybe the people were broken, but some of the tools that we need may be a little broken, but they're working on it. Between this board and Arlene, they've had their hands full. I see it firsthand now. And you got a board and Arlene, the GM, that's finally digging into it. So they need a round of applause for getting it done. Our code enforcement, I don't have a lot of numbers. I've got 107 between speeding violations and ACC apps for the month of December. And I think I'm a little low, to be honest with you. Harry was in to visit the other day and he said, I think you're low. But your code enforcement team here is a very, very, very good one. Peter, Lee, and Norma do an excellent job. I won't go into radar and laser, but we're doing more laser now than we ever have done, ever. New roads, we're on Scepter, we're on Rialto, we're on a couple other roads. So you're gonna see speeding really, really, really attacked. We're looking at the speeding. We're even calling vendors now. If we have 2 vendors doing 13 miles an hour over, I call both of them. They've got to be warned. They've got to be told. Harry, in the past, they've been sent letters, but we're going to up that a little bit. So if anybody's got any quick questions, I'll take them because Debbie wants to get going with Meet the Candidates. Anybody got a quick question? I like that. Thank you, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
And just to let you all know, Greg, the gate guy, he has actually had surgery. He actually had a hit and run while he was fixing another gate in the neighborhood. A car actually struck him and he had to have surgery. So that has been the delay in getting stuff done. Of course, we've had to wait for him to be able to get better to address some of this, so. Did you have one? Yeah.
Hello. Okay, Mary Ann Lozelle, Unit 3, I'm back again, everybody knows now. I'm looking for more people to work with Crime Watch. We are the safest community in the county. And a lot of it is because of you people and the security that we have. All right, so I'm not gonna belabor that because I'm sure you're all tired of hearing me say it. You will find in the news and views where it says Crime Watch will tell you how to make an application if you'd like to join. I want to let you know that there's an expo here on the 24th of January. It's a Wednesday from 10 until 1. For anybody that's new here, it's a good thing to come out and find out what all is in this community and the surrounding areas. Our next Crime Watch meeting is going to be Wednesday, the 7th of February. And on March 6th, if you could mark this on your calendars, we're having a class on suicide. One is at 9 in the morning and one is at 3. And just to let you know, for those of you who are not aware, we are the generation that is very, very high on the suicide happenings. There's been a number in this county in the last couple of, I'm gonna say there's probably been 4 or 5 in the last 2 weeks. So it's something, we want people to be aware, to keep your eyes and ears open for within your neighborhood. And if you come to the class, he'll give you some very specific information on what to be looking for. So I hope to see you on those dates. Thank you.
Thank you. Tracy? Okay. Lisa's on my committee, so you'll speak after. Tracy McCumber, Unit 2. I'm here to update the community. Good evening, everyone. I'm here to update the community on the development project out front. I just want to give you some quick updates. The information I'm going to give you is what I have to date from the developer, Kevin Frazier. So anything else, and again, there's a lot of rumors. I hear people call me about things going on out there. I implore you guys, if you have questions, call me and I will, if I don't know the answer, I will get to the developer and I will get those for you. So the current updates as of January 4th are as follows. The tortoises will be moved within the next 2 weeks. After they are removed from the property, they're going to start working on the old assisted living facility that's on the other end of that property. That will be torn down. That is done, and then they will proceed in the middle of March to actually break ground on that project. The target date for the groundbreaking is March. There may be some contingencies on that as well, depending on Hernando County. Things can change at any time with the permitting. Once construction does begin, they are looking at 12 to 18 months for completion on that project. Thank you. And this is Lisa. She is on the development committee and she would like to speak.
What's the project?
My name is Lisa Osterloh, Unit 1. As a resident member of the Development Committee, I know the committee has been informed of the issue of a probable increase of rodents into Brookridge from the commercial development. Can you tell the community what the board has proposed to do? I live on Midfield and have been proactive already and have been putting 2 bait boxes out for the last couple of months since they moved the field. They have been in the bait boxes. I'd like to know if you are going to help us at all with this, or are we on our own to take care of the problem?
I think me and Tracy has had extensive conversation about this, and unfortunately, when it comes to developments, this is some of the issues that we have addressed. I believe, Tracy, you have taken it up to the county level. And they do not have any requirements of a developer to provide for baits and things like that.
I talked to the environmental,
Environmental people.
and she said that it's a Brookridge issue because there's what they call a lapse in the law, that Kevin's not responsible, the developer, nor is Hernando County, the state, federal, et cetera. It is a Brookridge issue. So there's really nothing that we can do. I mean, as far as Kevin, the developer, there's nothing, but they just want to get out ahead of this before they start the construction, I think is the question.
We can definitely bring it up for a discussion between us. I don't know where, the funds would come for something like that. We're talking extensive amounts of property, and those are your personal property. Everybody from time to time gets a Mickey or a Minnie visitor, and sometimes a few more than what we like, but I think we can probably bring it up for discussion among ourselves and see what we can come up with. I don't know where we could start. We'll definitely ask Tracy if she could maybe ask environmental, do they have any remedies that we could look at as a board?
I can do that in the interim, and I think that's what they're looking at is residents in that area, just for consideration of moving forward with that.
Right, and I heard somebody ask about what development, this is the development in front of the neighborhood. All that property was bought all the ways down to Grove Road, over to the old assisted living facility is gonna be all developed into a shopping and restaurant area. So that is what Tracy is referencing, and she's been on that committee with a bunch of members. Okay.
It's approximately about 30 acres is what that land is over, where all the cows were, is where that's gonna go. It doesn't have a name yet, but I'm sure at some point there's gonna be something plaza or.
Yes.
Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks for the update.
Steve Smetko, Unit 2.
Not working.
How's that? I'll try to make this quick. Unfortunately, I was unable to make the board meeting on the 20th of December. But being a member of the Traffic Safety Committee, we submitted a recommendation we recommended that the board consider a permanent resident-only gate exiting onto Grove Avenue. And as part of what we were doing at the Traffic Safety Committee, we wanted to get the okay to proceed with obtaining more information from the county, et cetera, to come up with firm costs for what would be involved to do that. And I did watch the videotape of the meeting, and I didn't see any kind of answer either way of yay, nay, table it or anything. So I'd like to have some idea of what direction we're being given at this point.
I think if the Traffic Safety Committee wants to go ahead and start gathering information for the board to look at as far as cost, environmental impact, I know there would have to be an environmental impact study, an engineer study. If you guys, as a committee, want to pursue that, we don't have any issue with that. So if you would like to take that on, that's absolutely fine. Is that something?
Right. Well,
You're gonna put your mic on.
obviously, since our committee's been diminished, but quite honestly, my idea was to pursue finding out what the board's intent is. If there's a realistic chance of going through that effort for it to be seriously considered, we will do so. Okay. We just didn't get any kind of idea of how the board might feel with regards to actually installing that permanent entrance.
The other thing that we need to look at also is what the residents want that live around that area. So anything that's gonna affect them with traffic going in and out would have to be a very large consideration for them. Right, so it has to be a balancing act, but I think also we have to, anybody who's gonna live around that gate, that proposed area, would have to definitely be taken into consideration.
I understand, I don't necessarily agree with that, because quite honestly, it would benefit a lot of people on the north end of the park. And quite honestly, those people, myself included, that live on the south end, we face that traffic all the time. And, I realize we bought as is, but, at some point in time, it is progress.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think so, on that gate that they wanted to look at over there, was it that area, to go out? I thought the way I understood it was gonna be you wanna look at it as an outbound, but nothing coming in from that gate. Because I think if you have it in and out, you're gonna have to have a man. Yeah, that would be up to Dick for asking that question, but I thought it was just gonna be an outbound gate for people to get out of here, but everybody was gonna come in the main gate. And if I'm wrong, go ahead.
Vivian?
Thank you. Vivian Blair, Unit 4. Would you please clarify for me, you said a new air conditioner? I thought we just put one in. Is this another one, or I'm confused?
Right here, there's an AC unit right over there. See where the TV is?
Yes.
That's in the ceiling. They're gonna take that one out. The other one was out back that had to be replaced. That was broke. That air conditioner is broke. That one has been down, what, 2 years, Vince? And the other one's been down for a year and a half. We got that one fixed. Instead of putting the ceiling fan air conditioner up in there, they're gonna go out here and reduct it and put a brand new one in, because this room actually needs 3 air conditioners. But you got the main one out there, and you're gonna have that one, and there was one down the other end, right, Vince?
There's actually 5.
There's 5. So that's what we're talking about.
Which one was replaced?
The one out back has been replaced.
And that's still good, right?
That's perfect.
Okay.
That's brand spanking new, and they got a 5-year, I think, warranty on that too. Or maybe 5 minutes.
No, it's called the taillight warranty, but if the taillights are gone, warranty's gone. Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Vivian.
John Hanna, Unit 3. John Hanna, Unit 3. These are certificate petitions for county leaders in an election season. Each commissioner and the sheriff has to have like 1,400 of these signed. And I can't solicit, I cannot ask you in here, which is a good law, nothing wrong with that. But I was wondering if I could put a table over there, and anybody that wanted to help out the.
No, that's not gonna happen. That's against the rules in here, that's in the bylaws, and I believe it's in rules and regulations, there'll be no soliciting in here. Absolutely none. And if I put that out there, that's all we're doing. We're going against it, and we can't have that.
Can I just leave them there?
No. They'll be going to the dump.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Okay.
I hope this is still on. Patty Cummings, Unit 4. I've lived here 4 years. All 4 years I've lived here, the pool has been closed in June. It's a good thing that you're going to close the pool to acid wash it, but please don't do it in June when it's the hottest season of the year and all the residents are using the pool. Can you do it now?
It's gonna be done before that.
Thank you. That's
Yes.
all I wanted to do.
Yes,
Don't
definitely.
do it
No.
when it's winter and people aren't using the pool.
Right, it will be done before then.
Thank you.
Yes,
Debbie?
thank you.
Debbie? Debbie?
Yes, oh, sorry, Vince, go ahead.
What?
there's several reasons why the pool's gonna be closed at the same time when all this is going on, is because the source of the power, the electrical power going to the pool, those panels will be having to be worked on. So the power's gonna be shut off. So I'm gonna take advantage of that time when the pool's down, to drain it, clean it, fix any tiles that are cracked, and then once it's all done, we fill it back up, and we turn the power back on when all that's finished. So we try to kill a lot of birds with one stone when all this stuff is going on, so it's not down for a long length of time. That'll be done first. The pool's the number one priority to get back up. I understand that wholeheartedly. Okay, thank you.
All right, I make a motion to adjourn this meeting. Do I have all in favor? All right, everybody, if you can give us a few minutes, you